The Forsaken Chosen. Chapter 20. The Cave of 9999 Magic. Inside the grand halls of the Heroes Association Bureau, the atmosphere was tense. The association president walked into the main hall, his expression grim. "Any news about Rowan?" he asked, his deep voice echoing. The HR manager shook his head. "No, sir. It's been 3 months since he vanished. No trace of him. Perhaps he was wiped out by one of those stronger monsters in the strange caves he always dives into." The president frowned, eyes narrowing. "No. With Rowan's aura, no monster could easily kill him. Keep searching. I believe he's still in this world. Elsewhere, inside Rowan's mansion, he lay fast asleep. His body rested, but his mind was far from peace. In his dream, he saw the world ending. A swarm of powerful beings, monarchs, descended from the spiritual realm, tearing through the skies, claiming the earth as their own. Their monstrous roars filled the air as they unleashed chaos upon every living thing. In the midst of destruction, Rowan stood alone between the monarchs and the last survivors, his swords blazing with divine light. Just as he prepared to fight, he heard a haunting voice echo inside his head. "Greater than, there are still monarchs and monsters more powerful than you. You must grow stronger, before that day arrives." Rowan gasped awake, sweat covering his forehead. His heart pounded. He rose from his bed, breathing heavily. "So it wasn't just a dream," he muttered. A few minutes later, he walked out into the grand hall where his family sat, laughing and chatting over breakfast. "I'm heading out for treasure hunting," Rowan said calmly. "I'll be back by evening." His mother smiled. "Be careful, son." He nodded and walked out the door. In the bustling town, Rowan met with his teammates, Owen, Erica, and Lois, as they were preparing for an expedition. "Where are Jai and Lulu?" Rowan asked. Owen blinked in surprise. "Rowan, have you forgotten? Jai and Lulu died with your parents during the last monster apocalypse a year ago." Rowan smiled faintly. "No. I saved them, yesterday." He waved his hand, and a portal of light opened beside them. Through it, they saw Jai and Lulu sitting peacefully with their parents. Rowan called out, "Jai. Lulu." The two looked up, smiled, and within moments, they stepped through the portal, appearing right before the group. Owen's eyes widened. "Impossible." Erica took a step back, shocked. "How did you bring back the dead?" Rowan replied calmly, "I told you already, I control time itself. I traveled back to the day they died, and saved them." He turned toward the horizon. "Now, let's move. You said a new cave appeared about 15 days ago. Let's see what's waiting inside." Back at the Association Bureau, one of the search officers burst into the hall, panting heavily. "President, Rowan and his teammates are heading to the new cave, with Jai and Lulu," he shouted. The president froze mid-conversation. His voice dropped to a whisper. "Greater than, did Rowan vanish for 3 months just to bring them back?" Another messenger rushed in. "Sir, we've just confirmed, Rowan's entire family is alive and living in their mansion." The president's eyes widened. Without another word, he threw his coat aside and sprinted toward the exit. "Everyone, follow me. We're going after him." At the mouth of the mysterious cave, Rowan and his team arrived. A chilling aura pulsed from its depths, an aura so ancient and dark that even Rowan's expression hardened. He turned to Jai. "This cave's energy feels dangerous. Everyone, stay sharp. Prepare for anything." They stepped inside, torches glowing faintly in the heavy air. The deeper they went, the thicker the energy became, until they entered a massive chamber lit by blue crystals. There, lounging on a throne made of bones, was a goblin, but not an ordinary one. He sat comfortably as smaller goblins served him. When Rowan looked at him, he saw the number 9999 glowing faintly above his head, his magic level. Rowan whispered under his breath, "Just the beginning, and already, this aura feels terrifying." The goblin didn't even look at them. He simply yawned. Rowan's voice echoed through the cave. "Do I have your permission to claim this cave?" The goblin ignored him. Instead, the lesser monsters turned the glowing eyes toward Rowan's group. Then, From the shadows, a massive dragon emerged, its scales glowing red-hot, eyes blazing like molten fire. Each step shook the cave. Even the goblin who once looked relaxed began to sweat under the dragon's presence. The dragon's gaze locked on Rowan's team. Fear gripped everyone, except Rowan. The goblin shoved the lesser monsters aside and stepped forward, summoning two curved blades that shimmered with deathly light. Before Rowan could react, the goblin lunged, slashing at his head. Clang! Rowan caught the strike with his sword. The impact created a burst of lightning that illuminated the entire cave. The air trembled as their swords clashed again and again, sparks flying like meteors. Rowan twisted his wrist and countered, his blade slicing through the air. The goblin leaped backward just in time, and Rowan's strike carved a crater-sized hole into the cave wall. Before Rowan could regain his stance, the goblin attacked again, faster, fiercer. Rowan blocked, but the sheer force of the blow sent him flying, crashing hard into the rock. The goblin roared, swinging his sword once more with full power. The strike created a wave of thunder and air that blasted through the cavern, smashing Rowan through layers of stone and collapsing part of the cave. The entire place filled with dust and debris. When the air finally cleared, Rowan was gone. Jai's eyes widened as he pointed to the enormous hole. That strike buried him deep in there. Did it really take him down? At that exact moment, the association president and his heroes arrived at the scene, just in time to see the destruction. The goblin turned slowly toward them, his 9,999 level aura rising once again, and the dragon behind him snarled like a storm ready to break loose. To be continued.